Hi, I'm ex-TV producer Jennifer Moore, and a couple months ago I quit my job at CNN, I sold my house, and I became a full-time YouTuber. Yes, I really did do that, and if you'd like to read more about my decision-making process and just all that went into it, I wrote a blog post and I did another video talking about that. But in this video, we're going to talk about YouTube because in the past 2 years, I've learned a tremendous amount about YouTube that I think could help you. So if you are just getting started with YouTube, you don't know what to do, or if you're one of my TV news friends and you're just curious about it, hopefully this video will help you. As someone with a TV background, working in lots of newsrooms and having a lot of producing experience, I think I had a bit of an arrogant attitude when I first started YouTubing. I kind of thought, you know what, I think I could really kill this. I, obviously can produce videos and I think this will be easy. Well, not that I thought it would be easy, but I didn't realize just how hard and challenging it is to really be successful on YouTube. So if YouTube's not on your radar, I would definitely encourage you to at least learn more about it. Familiarize yourself with some of the bigger creators because you might need to know their names. I mean, how many of you guys were Googling Logan Paul recently? So definitely make sure that you know who these people are so that maybe a story pops up or you see something that might be worthy of coverage. Something I do really want to talk about is the tremendous difference between television, traditional broadcasting, and YouTube as a platform. You may think, hey, my TV skills are going to translate really well into YouTube. And yes, there are some skills that are valuable, like if you can produce videos, if you can shoot, if you can edit. Those things are all really great. But I think one thing I learned is how little I really knew about YouTube. There is a lot, seriously, a lot to know. Like, say you're a reporter, if you are, getting your first job, you do your story and you're seen by people. But with YouTube, you really have to market and distribute your content in a way that optimizes this YouTube algorithm. And if you don't know what the YouTube algorithm is, you need to Google it and you need to do some research because it's this behemoth. Basically, YouTube has certain signals and there's lots of different factors that go into if YouTube promotes your videos, how your videos rank in search. Like if you search in TV reporter, will your video show up at the top or will it not even be seen on the first page? So there is almost like a science into some of these things. Ever since I publicly announced that I was doing this, it's been very interesting to see the response from my former colleagues and friends. Now, there are some folks, they're very curious about it. They've been messaging me and saying, hey, how do you do this? I'm very interested in doing this. I think it'd be cool to start a channel with my kids. And then you get people that I think on the surface, they'll be like, oh, that's really cool. But I think in their head, they're probably thinking I'm crazy. And, that's completely understandable. I think when you're not familiar with the YouTube space and with the community, and if you don't really get it, I think I would probably think that too. But I will say YouTube is not a get-rich-quick scheme. For the vast majority of people that are seriously doing YouTube, this was a process that took them years to really start to build and generate income. It took me about 2 years before the channel was starting to make any sort of really noticeable income. It is growing, and I do make money not just from the ads that run on the videos, but in several other ways as well. I am in some affiliate programs like the Amazon affiliate program, and I also started to work with brands a little bit more and entertain the idea of sponsorships. So there's quite a few different avenues for generating income. Don't rely on one thing, and also leverage the skills that you do have. So that's one of the reasons I started this channel, XTV Producer, is because, I have a sewing channel called Sewing Report, and then I was experimenting with this personal channel, Jen Talks Forever. But, I do have all this experience working in the media industry, so I thought, why not use it and maybe help people understand it better and try to bring value both to the YouTube community and to my TV friends. So that's why I decided to do this. Now, you may think that the key to success on YouTube is to get a viral video, get millions of subscribers quickly, and then go from there. But I think the majority of the people I've talked to that actually earn a living on YouTube, like Sean Cannell or like my friend John from Beyond the Brick, these are people that really built the business over time. YouTube is a marathon, it's not a sprint, and I have found that one of the biggest keys to my growth has been consistency. It's not viral videos, but it's uploading regularly, and it's also really putting the work into creating good content and packaging it well. That means having a really good thumbnail, really strong thumbnail, really thinking out my title, doing research on what kinds of videos might have the best chance of being viewed, and also really working on your description box, your tags, doing the closed captions manually. There's a lot of work that goes into each video that I think people don't see, and it's very time consuming, and I've spent a lot of man hours really trying to master it. I think I've gotten better over the past couple of years, and hopefully I'll continue to improve. But that's something I think you should know if you've never done YouTube or if you are interested in it, is that consistency matters. Casey Neistat, who's a very popular vlogger, says, just keep uploading. And I found that's true. As my sewing channel continued to grow this bank of videos, I really started to see some real spikes in traffic and a lot more subscribers since I have a lot of videos. So if you're trying it out, and you post a couple videos and you're not seeing any success yet, just give it time, because you may not see growth on your channel for a year or for 2 years. Some people are very lucky and they grow very quickly, but a lot of channels need time to develop and need time to develop a quality audience. So don't be discouraged if you upload a few videos and nothing happens or you don't get any views. As far as what gear and editing software I use, I will link my kit below. I normally shoot with Canon cameras. I have a Canon 70D and a Canon 80D. I also have some fairly inexpensive lights, but my setup isn't crazy expensive. And I only recently got a subscription to the Adobe Creative Cloud, which I'm really excited about because I've been learning After Effects and Adobe Premiere and Photoshop, and hopefully that will really help me improve the quality of my videos. I would really like to learn special effects and really try to make my thumbnails the best they can be. And that's one thing that I would recommend to you, is if you are trying to get into YouTube, make sure your thumbnails are on point. Like, look at some successful thumbnails, look at YouTube's trending page, look at some of the other creators in your niche that are successful, and make sure your thumbnails are extremely appealing. Make sure your title is something that is very clickable. I'm not saying you should clickbait people, I'm just saying you need to come up with really good titles. So YouTube is not impossible to do. You just really need to deploy better strategy than, say, in 2006 when it was just cat videos. But I really do believe in the future of YouTube and other forms of new media. I'm sure there'll be something else like YouTube that comes along that we can't even see. But I think there's a lot of opportunity here, and that's why I decided to make the leap. So anyways, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about YouTube, or if you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave them below. If you enjoyed these types of videos, feel free to subscribe to XTV Producer. I am Jennifer Moore, and I'm your guide inside the media industry.